Martin, you're very welcome, and thank you for taking a little bit of time out to have a chat. Your band is a band with a lovely history and a connection really to the military world, more so maybe than others.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah. We exist like 1973 as the main sort of drum corps for the Marienloh Schützenverein. And from that, we had a military connection because we used to play in Paderborn at the different festivals. In 2017, the military pulled out of Paderborn, and I basically didn't want the pomp and ceremony to go, into history. So we decided to form a ceremony troupe, which is what we're now performing in Paderborn. And all over the Europe. Last year in the Lord's Mayor show in London.
Wow.
We've been often to the UK raising funds for the British Heart Foundation, the Climate Welfare in North Wales, and for the Royal British Legion.
You're a busy, busy trip,
Yeah.
but you say there you just put together this trip
Yeah.
because you didn't really want that history to be lost. How difficult was that, putting together a trip? I mean, you might have had the interest and the passion, but how difficult was it getting everyone else together?
Well, my troupe, I'm quite fortunate. They're all very active. But as I said, the ceremony troupe is a piece of another troupe, which is called the Spielmannszuges Marienloh. And that we have to fund ourselves. So, and we decided through the ceremony troupe doing big shows, then we can earn a little bit of money to bring on the youth. We've got lots of young kids who are starting and they need jackets and instruments and so on.
And your uniforms, I mean, it costs a lot for a band to get the uniforms. They're particularly special. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just any old tailor that you have with your uniforms.
No, we wanted to stay original, so especially to the British Army link. So we decided to use Samuel Brothers in Aldershot. There's the military tailors to Sandhurst.
Not too shabby then.
No, we bought in the original look of the light infantry. The reason for that is, or what they now call the rifles, because they used to be based in Paderborn, and the Paderborn people used to love seeing them running around with their bugles. So we decided that, okay, we'll take on their look, so it'll then be...
So not only have you taken on the look, the march that you use is quite unique as well.
Yeah, it's sort of a mix between I should imagine a lot of drum majors say, "Oh, hey, what's that?" But it's our way of marching. It's
These boys need more practice, kind of thing.
yeah, sort of thing. Yeah, but it's the way we do it. We're just doing our own history mixed with a bit of English history, with a very sharp, quick march. We introduce the bugle to keep the link to the rifles, and we play everything at quite a speed. So
Now, I can't ignore what is just sitting in front of me here. This is quite an impressive piece of equipment you have.
Yeah.
You use this, it's yours, so you use in the band. It's quite heavy, I can imagine. Can I have
that's
a
right.
wee?
Yeah, I hope so.
And I mean, to hold this throughout the whole thing, it takes quite a bit of practice, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
tell us a wee bit about this and the history, I suppose, for anybody who doesn't know so much.
Well, this we purchased from the marching band shop down in Exmouth. It's all out of the UK. He provides sort of equipment for marching bands. The rifles have a small, like walking stick, which is fine. But I wanted to keep the link to the other military bands, and they all had the big mace.
It's what we recognise more, isn't it?
It's the big mace, and obviously, with the lion on the top. But for us, it's mainly the military look, and then learning to swing it like the small stick was took about 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, till I got it right, and then
my
which is perhaps why one of the some of the other drum majors saying, "Oh, what's he doing with that stick?" But it's the only way we developed.
This is the way it should be. Yeah, you just
This is
tell
the way
them.
we do it. This is the way we do it.
Yeah, we do things a little differently.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, coming to the Belfast Tattoo, I mean, what are you looking forward to most as a band?
The public and the reaction. We had a great rehearsal yesterday. No matter where we go, we tend to have a good response. I hope that's going to be the same from the people here in Belfast. We like to get them involved with us. I hope they'll sing with us when we sing. I hope they'll cheer with us when we cheer.
We're quite a responsive lot, I have to say, Northern Ireland, when it comes to sitting in an audience. We don't like to just sit there and watch. We do tend to interact.
Well, the band is a bit explosive. You'll see if you caught our rehearsal yesterday, you'll understand what I mean. We like to, but the interaction with it, I hope the interaction with the Belfast people will be there.
Yeah. Now, tell me a wee bit about your own personal interest in this. I mean, how long have you had an interest in, I suppose, the military and the band side of things?
It's quite funny, but as a small child in a comprehensive school in Wales, I was told by the music teacher, you haven't got a musical bone in your body.
No!
So I then went and took up, well, it was a choice between home economics or music. So I then learned to make pasties and things like that instead of music. But I basically found after a while that I did have a musical streak in me.
Surprise.
Runs through my family, writing our own music. And the glockenspiel I was told I could never play, I started playing. And then started writing them and learning all the different instruments within our band.
So you learned all the different instruments?
Well, you need to do that to get an understanding.
Wow.
You know. And then, we just took it from there. We're a bit relaxed in the way we do things. Also, as a Spielmannszug, you need to meet up with our guys at some time. I would love to have someone come over from here to our tattoo. I do a military tattoo of my own. It's not on a grand scale.
Yes, I was going to say that's one of the things you've done. You've created your own tattoo as well. I mean, that's quite a thing.
Yeah, well, we get packed out. It was the 5th year this year, and it's not on the grand scale of this one, but we packed 700 people on 2 nights into the arena. We have groups and bands and dancers, as like you have here, from all over Europe coming in. I've got in March next year two groups coming in from the UK. I met the Army Cadet Forces Band out Mill Hill School in London at the Lord Mayor Show. I'm putting them on a bus and bringing them to Germany.
Sounds like you're like a few of the directors of the Belfast Tattoo here as well. You never know who you bump into, and they might just appear.
Yeah, I'm very grateful, I must say, to Brian and Colin for inviting us here. You have to understand what we are in Germany as a normal troupe. There's lots of them mostly in every single small town is what they call a Spielmannszug. So the call for my guys to be able to do a big show in Germany is relatively difficult because it's everyday music to them. The way we play our music over here comes more on board, and I'm glad that they've given us the chance to march in this big arena. This is the first time for us in a big arena.
Really?
Yeah, this is our debut, Belfast.
So tell me, are the nerves setting in? Are you excited? Are you just...
the girls in the band were pretty, shaky yesterday, but we've had good rehearsals now. Everybody's relaxed. And
now, talking about the girls, I mean, traditionally your band, it would have been all male, but I mean, it's lovely to see that you're attracting more and more females into the band.
I'll be totally honest with you. In 74, it was all male, and going through into the 80s, it wasn't in my time, but with my predecessors and drum majors, and the guy before me started introducing in the mid to late 80s girls into the band, and I'm glad, because I'll be perfectly honest with you. They're very good musicians, and they can do everything the guys can do. The big instruments can be a problem, but they're on the flutes and things like that. They're terrific, and
we're just as good as the boys, of course. Martin, you're only learning that now.
Well, I've always known that. I think if any man knows in his heart that the girls are like 3 to 4 years ahead of us. So
do the girls keep the guys now in check in the band?
Well, they try to, but but. They're a handful to take care of, but if I must admit, hats off to them. There's I think it's 28 girls in our troupe in all.
Brilliant.
The guys are we're dying out slowly.
Perhaps a few more of the bands might be inspired and maybe try and recruit more females into
go for it is what I would say, because the youth of today is this is the reason I'm doing this. I'm trying to attract interest. And in my tattoo, or our tattoo of the Spielmannstzug and the Schützenverein in Germany, is all to do with that, mixing professional actors, whether it be dancers, river dance, whatever it is, musicians and joke groups and everything else, with amateur groups to inspire them to go on. So I have amateurs mixed with professional, and then we try to get them on board.
Good. Well, it sounds to me you're inspiring a huge amount of individuals in your own trip and coming along here. I'm intrigued. I cannot wait to see what's in store. Getting the vocal cords ready to sing along.
Well, I'll be looking for you.
Well, Martin, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
taking the time, giving us a wee insight.
Yeah, thanks you very much.